Yo, 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 welcome back to West Coast Crossover. I am JD.
And this is Jeremiah the Prophet. And you listening to the podcast where the Lakers are the team, bro. And if your team ain't the Lakers, your team is trash. And if your podcast ain't this, it's weak as fuck.
Facts. Yo, Prophet, why don't you give it to him good one time off the rip?
Yo, what happened to all the people that was talking crazy about Lonzo? They must have been on that Molly, that bean, garbanzo. You thought, bro, you was wrong though. But I know, like LeVar knows, that gargoyle Pat Beverly can eat these huevos. Hard boiled. I'm on one right now, bro. Freestyling with my eyes closed. You should see me right now, folk, and how wide my style goes. Y'all bum haters irrelevant. Y'all bum haters irrelevant. No matter how much you talking, you still gonna tune it against the Pelicans. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. And the West Coast Crossover is back with y'all, yo. And let's talk about what's been going on with the Lakers, all the new stuff. They just got finished dusting off. Well, I wouldn't say dusting off. They barely crept by the Suns. But, hey, it was a victory. It was definitely entertaining. I wouldn't say it was the most technical basketball game. But, hey, the Lakers came out with a victory. And first things first, man, I think we got to talk about Lonzo Ball, right?
Hey, we talked about it all last show. And what I said came to fruition, bro. I don't like to say I told you so, but I told you so.
You did tell us so, man, and I can't even front. I was hyped seeing him ball out like that, especially after that first game. I wasn't expecting that much. Like I said before the game, man, I was kind of worried about Bledsoe checking him. Bledsoe really wasn't a non-factor that whole game, and it was funny. He could do nothing to stop Lonzo Ball. He was going off.
Man, like I was saying, dude, I was very happy to see that he just plays within himself. If there's a layup to be had, he goes to the cup. If he's open, he shoots the three. If there's someone cutting, even while he's on the way to the basket, he drops it off, man. And as long as you're playing like that, most of the time it's going to go right. He is going to have a bunch of games coming up in the season where he's having those 4 points, 8 assists, 9 rebounds kind of games. But, right, man, there's going to be games like this that come through that remind you who the man is.
I was about to say, let's not jump off the deep end, because I know after that first game when everybody was killing him, everybody was like, yo, that's just one game, though. All the defenders was like, yo, that's just one game. That's just one game. Right. But then when he went crazy for that almost a triple-double, all those guys was acting like he was Black Jesus. And I'm saying, let's back off. That's just one game as well. So I'm hoping, though, that he's a lot closer to the latter than what we saw in that Suns game than what we saw in that first game that they played, because Patrick Beverly was kind of giving him the business with his ugly ass. But that's okay, because Lonzo bounced back and he gave Bledsoe work. He gave the Suns work. But, again, that's also a factor, too, man. Let's not forget that they were playing the Suns, man. And the Suns gave up 140-something in the first game they played and got blown out by 50. The Lakers crept by 2. They got 132, but they gave up 130 to the Suns. And the Suns, they had a pretty pathetic team.
Hey, but I'm pretty sure that the Suns heard LeVar talking shit just like everybody else. And they just as out for my nigga as anybody else. They just don't got Patrick Beverly on their team trying to fight niggas in the hood. And, that's just what it is, man. That's just what it is. Enough about those bums, man.
Yeah,
Enough about them.
Forget those bums. Let's talk about who's not a bum and who did shut me up, and that was Brandon Ingram, because that dude came out and he came out to ball.
Yeah, man, he played well. He had 25 points, which was a career high for him, right?
Good for him.
Yeah, that was a career high for him. I mean, Lonzo's career high on his second game was more than that, but I mean, it happened. He still did good. You know what I mean? It's still something to see.
He did better than I thought he would, and he did a lot better than he's been doing so far. So
yeah, but it all comes back to, once again, I believe that when your point guard is the type of point guard that Lonzo is, and he's distributing, getting everybody going on, it opens it up for everybody. Brook Lopez looked good, as he always does. Kyle Kuzma had quite a bit of a back. He had a good bounce back from the first game too.
Nice bounce back. He was 6 or 7 for 15 points. He had 3 boards and 2 assists, and he put up some good numbers up there, man. Kuzma had a nice bounce back. You're right, man.
Yeah, that was good stuff, man. Who else was balling that day, man? Who did they thing?
Well, you know what? Larry Nance, he kind of did a Larry Nance type of game with that 14-6. He had a couple steals, couple blocks.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. Corey Brewer, man, I was actually, first of all, Thank you for not starting Punky. Oh my God, Luau, the dead damn dang. Oh
Thank
my
you, Luke
God,
Walton, man. You must listen to the
Man,
show, don't you? You must have heard the roast.
You must. Corey Brewer, he actually played pretty well. I liked what he was doing on the floor. He didn't do anything that just wows you stat wise, but the impact that he had on the floor, you could see it. His defense was there, his hustle was there, his aggression was there. I really liked what he was doing on the floor, and maybe I like him coming off the bench a little bit and getting a few minutes at that 2 guard, because he was very effective out there. Who else was doing that? Jordan Clarkson. You know how Jordan Clarkson did. He had a typical Jordan Clarkson game where he had like 17 points, a couple assists, a couple rebounds, things of that nature. Hey, but what about Julius Randle, man?
Yeah, that's right what I was about to say. As of right now, between the 2 games, he's averaging 8.5 points between the 2 games and 3.5 rebounds. Like we were saying before, I think he might just be throwing a fit that he's not starting and being his feelings.
Yo, man, he really needs to man up and start playing better, because he just hasn't looked like himself out there. And if you've been listening to the show, you already know I thought Julius Randle was going to come into the season and probably be the Lakers' best player. And right now, he's just been the bitchiest.
Bro, that's another thing. I told you so, bro. I really wasn't feeling him that much. I do think he's better than what he's doing right now, by far, man. By far.
I know he's better than what he's doing, and that's what the problem is. So you need to go out there. I understand your little feelings is hurting and all that, but you need to go out there and ball out, man. Otherwise, man, because the thing is, I need him to get traded for somebody, and we need to get some kind of value back. Because right now, I'm all aboard the trade Randle train right now. I know it's only been 2 games, but from what I've seen, man, oh, come on. Give that nigga a Mac pad and send him out of town.
Yeah, I don't want to jump off too crazy or too early on my dude. And really right now, actually, is probably the worst time to trade him, because if anybody's watching it the way it's going, it probably is bringing down his value, man. When people see you pouting out there, I'm going to tell you, my dude, if somebody passed this on to my nigga Julius Randle, bro, you a big swole ass man, bro. You know what I mean? Come out there, do your thing, and manhandle everybody, dog. And mad dog somebody, take it out on the opponent. And
take your aggression on the court.
Man. Yeah, good things gonna happen.
Facts, bro. So I was not impressed with that dude. He was not doing this thing. I would have to say he was the most suspect Laker that I saw out there against the Suns.
I got one more suspect.
Who was suspect, bro?
I'm not feeling Tyler Ennis, bro. I'm not. I don't like seeing him.
Was Tyler Ennis even out there?
Yeah, he was.
Let me look at this, man. Let me look at this. He played 4 funky minutes, bro.
That's it? It seemed like 4 minutes too long to me, nigga. When I was watching this, I was like, if you don't get this guy the fuck out of here.
Nah, you know what? And that's probably what happened, man. He was 0 for 2. He was taking whack shots. I was like, yo, keep the cable guy in there, if anything.
Really?
I'd rather see him out there doing his thing than Tyler Ennis, man. And I'm kind of like, I'm cool with Tyler Ennis. You could package him up and move him right along, too.
Man, ain't nobody gonna take Tyler Ennis, bro.
Hey, you never know. They might take him just to make salaries match. If y'all can kind of sneak him in a deal, then go ahead and do that, man. Get him on out of here. I think Caruso and Hart is good enough, along with Jordan Clarkson playing point. That's fine, man. Tyler Ennis can get on.
Yeah, man. But I mean, if we are to ever get rid of some of these players and make some moves, most likely it's going to be to try to figure out a way to dump dang salary, man, and put somebody with him. And I still hold that the Lakers might trade Jordan Clarkson and Luau Deng, or some kind of package like that to get rid of him, dude. Because neither one of them are as valuable as D'Angelo Russell. Neither one of them. And Deng is less valuable than Mozgov.
I guarantee you, at various points in the season, that I'm going to ask that everybody gets traded at some point. So y'all just going to have to bear with me. But right now, I know for a fact that my feelings on Luau Deng ain't going to change. Trade him yesterday.
Nah, yeah, that dude got to go. Got to go.
Facts. So, man, who we got coming up next, man?
Next, we are playing against the Pelicans.
The Pellies?
The Pelicans. Isn't that the worst, wackest ass name to ever in all sports? In all sports. I'm serious, dog. I like all the WNBA teams' names better than the Pelicans.
It sound like a WNBA name, actually, but we playing the Pellies, bruh, and it's funny that we playing them because he got Anthony Davis with the Pelican wing eyebrows going on. And just as a matter of fact, bro, the Pelicans have nothing on their roster. They have DeMarcus Cousins. They have Anthony Davis. Let me not take too much away from Drew Holiday. He's pretty dope. But outside of that, bro, they got a weak lineup, man. And I think that the Lakers are in line. They could get another victory here.
Bro, I've been looking at some of the power rankings and some of the projections from, say, Vegas's projections and ESPN's projections, which are normally relatively accurate. And they all have like the Pelicans like fighting for the playoffs and like above the Lakers, you know. And I don't all the way.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I don't
all the way get it, man. I don't even. Well, you know what? They've been balling out. DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis. They've been balling out and putting up big numbers, but that hasn't led to any victories yet for the Pellies. So I think the Lakers. I'm sure they're going to get big numbers against Brook Lopez. And I know Larry Nance is going to try, but hey, he's going up against Davis and Marcus Cousins down there. So there's only so much you can do. So I expect them to go off, man. But them dudes, they ain't got nobody else that you got to really worry about.
Well, they have Rondo, who's hurt right now.
Rondo's hurt, bro. He had a hernia surgery. DeMarcus Cousins probably got pissed at him and kicked his balls into his stomach or something.
I heard they get along, but Solomon Hill still plays basketball. Dang, he's not even old. He's 30. He's 26.
Solomon Hill is 26. Are you kidding me?
I just happened to see that right now, and I was thinking like Solomon Hill.
I thought he came into the league like back in the 90s or something. Solomon Hill. All right, bro. Shout out to you.
Still made niggas named Solomon Hill.
Hey, yeah, you too young to be named Solomon. You got to be born like they stopped naming people Solomon like in 1975.
Yeah. I got one Solomon homie that's like 40, and that's it. That's where it stopped.
Last of a kind.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Check Diallo. He was a rookie or a young player not too long ago that they had big hopes for, but that shit ain't work out. Frank Jackson, he's a rookie that I actually thought was kind of good, but not good enough to be playing this early in the year. Jordan Crawford.
Right. Okay. Jordan Crawford can get buckets, but he's not that big of a factor. I mean, he's one of those guys that scores empty points a lot. I mean, he can get hot, he's streaky, but what else does he really do? He doesn't scare me at all. He's almost like Jordan Clarkson light.
Jordan Clarkson light, and he already light. Ooh, So yeah, dog. Ian Clark, they not looking too dope, bro. And to add to that, is that their coach is a little suspect to me. Gentry seems suspect, dog. I hear a lot of good things about him.
Pinky in the brain. Yeah, I remember Alvin Gentry and that big head and way too many wrinkles in his forehead.
Well, why do people always like claim that he's so dope, man? I think he must be the world's greatest assistant coach. Nigga.
You know why? Because he led the Clippers, I think, one time to the playoffs before they had any good players.
Wait,
he miraculously got to.
He coached
I
the
think
Clippers?
so, dog. He did coach the Clippers at one point, if I'm not mistaken. But and somehow, you know, that just seemed like a monumental achievement that's followed him around throughout his career and has helped him get jobs. I don't know.
That nigga funny looking. He looked like one of them uncles that always say like
can never formulate a complete sentence.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying young boy.
Absolutely not. I don't. You got to get that other relative to translate for you, man. What are you talking about, bro? Oh, okay.
Yeah. He do remind me of that nigga, man, bro.
But yeah, hey, is he? No, actually, they got Dante Cunningham and Etwan Moore starting alongside Cousins Davis and who else was Holiday. So that man, who are those dudes? They are some bro players that barely hanging on in the NBA.
Really?
The Lakers should get with the Pelicans.
Wait, Dante Cunningham is starting? Huh?
Dante Cunningham is like their starting small forward again,
bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, I'm looking at the roster right now. It shows Dante Cunningham, number 33, 30 years old. I'm an avid NBA fan, dude. I'm all about it. How is this nigga 30 years old and been in the NBA and never heard of this motherfucker in my life, dog? I thought I knew everybody in the NBA.
I heard his name before, but I swear to God, bro, if he was sitting right next to me, I would not know it was him.
I don't think that nigga's on 2K. I don't think he made it.
I don't even know if he's actually on the Pelicans. I'll believe it when I see it, man. He seemed like some kind of D-League player or something. But, hey, most of this roster seems like a D-League roster. Hey, did you know Tony Allen is still in the league?
Yeah, Tony Allen's a baller still,
I didn't know that, dog. I didn't know that. I thought he had retired when he left Memphis, bro. He's still in the league, man. Hanging in there, getting 9 minutes a game for these dudes. Good for him.
Oh, well, hey, maybe they probably put Tony Allen on Lonzo and have him pull a Patrick Beverly on him, man, and then they might beat us down.
Hey, bro, you don't want to see Tony Allen out there getting rough with you, bro.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He might pull an ugly ass Patrick Beverly, man. You know what I'm saying?
Allen, he from Chicago, bro. He from them streets, South Side. He don't play.
Right. I really like him. But you know what I did not like, man? While we talking about this defenders and all that, I got to get back on it, dude.
What's that?
Patrick Beverly. How must he feel? My wife asked me, she was like, what do you think this nigga feel like today after, seeing that the next game he put up a bunch of buckets? I told her, I said, he probably really feeling himself like, oh yeah, see, I lock that motherfucker up. He ain't finna do that around these pots over here. You know what I'm saying?
And he probably sounded just like that.
Exactly. That's how I envision him talking around, dude. He remind me of one of them motherfuckers, like somebody uncle, nigga. He younger than me, but he just seemed like a nigga that's somebody uncle.
Somebody's grandpa uncle. He kind of got that slave face.
Hey, my nigga, you know what? We got to do it.
What's that?
We got to get this nigga, man.
We got to set him to the flame. Is this a roasting session?
Hey.
Get him!
Patrick Beverly look like every nigga's crackhead cousin that live in Inglewood and comes to Thanksgiving smelling like socks and malt liquor, nigga. Don't he look like that cousin, nigga? Crackhead that everybody's embarrassed of, nigga. Like, oh, here comes George. Oh,
he walks up to the door. He got the liquor in the wrinkled brown paper bag.
Right.
With a dusty hoodie on top.
I'm telling you, I got a cousin on crack, nigga, that I never tell nobody about that looks just like Patrick Beverly.
Right, dog. I call him Patrick Beverly. I got that same cousin, dog. We all got.
I'ma get him.
Stumble into the door. Get it!
This nigga look like Maxine Shaw, the ugly chick from Living Single, nigga, with a receding slave fro and pubic hair sideburns, bro. That's what the fuck you look like, nigga.
He does look like a love child from Maxine and Kyle. Get him!
Patrick Beverly, if you don't get your ugly ass, homeless millionaire looking ass, Eddie Kane, night like this, I wish raindrops would fall looking ass, dusty broke fruit farming version of Shabba Rex looking ass, the fuck out of here and sit down somewhere. It's all Lonzo time.
Shabba Ranks in the lips looking.
Hey. Nigga, Patrick Beverly, I respect your game because you're a defender, and I like to play defense, man, and I like defenders, nigga. But bro, don't feel yourself too much. I'm gonna tell you, nigga. I didn't have a father that supported me growing up either, my nigga. But I ain't hate, nigga. Just because, nigga, you ain't never had nobody buy you a shoe, nigga. Don't be mad at the young light-skinned boy, man. Just let him do. He from Chino Hills, man. He ain't about that life with you, man. He ain't trying to fight with you, nigga. Just play the game, dog.
Right. Please, relax,
right.
dog.
You'll be all right.
Chill out.
Yeah, he had to try to steal some shine, nigga. That's what it looked like to me.
You and that droopy face look like you just came back from the dentist full of Novocaine.
Right. So we gonna be playing the Pelicans coming up for our next game, and they got a bunch of funny looking niggas on their squad too. So I'm sure we got some jokes for somebody over there.
Wait, do you remember those old school shirts, dog? They used to have like a animated character of black dudes, and it would say like Brotherhood with two dudes like giving each other dap, dog.
Oh, like the old school, like when they had the Bart Simpson shirts and shit.
Like almost like when they had like around that time when they had cross colors, dog.
Yeah.
Rondo looks like he modeled for those shirts, dog. Those characters are drawn. Like somebody had his picture and just traced his head, dog. It's so weird.
He damn sure looked like something from the Ed and Eddie age of life, nigga. That nigga looked like a fucking tiki statue and shit.
Yes, Stonehenge face looking ass nigga.
Nigga, why you got so much jawbone, nigga? What the fuck? Right. Nigga, where you get all that jaw from?
Got like 15 pounds of jawbone.
Bro, you better not ever become a boxer, nigga, because that shit is a target.
And then, wait, dog, we cannot forget about this old Batman symbol in the eyebrow looking ass. Anthony Davis, dog. Anthony Davis, dog. Eyebrows look like a jack-o'-lantern smile. Anthony eyebrows, dog, look like a split coconut, dog, which just slapped on top of his forehead. This nigga's eyebrows look like those birds, dog, that little kids draw. Those two curved lines, dog, all wings.
With no body. Yeah, that's exactly what his eyebrows look like.
Looks like he put like that football eye black on the top of his shit before games, dog.
It goes under the eye, nigga.
Right, you see his haircut, dog? He's got that part, dog. It's like, let me take that, dog, add that to the eyebrow hair. Killing him, dog. Killing him.
What kind of swag is my nigga trying to pull off here?
I don't know, dog. It's all his, though, dog. He's trying to support all the people with unibrows out there. Hey, shout out to him, dog. Shout out to him. Everybody needs a role model. Everybody
for real,
needs a role.
Nigga. That's who J. Cole dedicated the song, nigga. That cricket smile, motherfucker. That was for him, nigga. He internalized that shit. He was like, you know what? That's right, nigga. Fuck that. I'm gonna keep my crooked ass smile and this fucking eyebrow. I ain't shaving that shit and I ain't getting no praises because J. Cole inspired me, nigga.
Yeah. J. Cole, dog. I can see you listening to that J. Cole, dog. Probably putting lip gloss on his lips, dog. That fool looks like one of those light-skinned, high-class hood rats, dog. That fool looks like a chick. By the end of the game, dog, that fool looks like a chick in the face.
Remember Charmaine?
No!
All right, that's between me and JD. That's between me and JD. But yeah, she looked like Anthony Davis, my nigga.
Oh,
but her teeth wasn't fucked up. Anyways, we're gonna see the Brown tomorrow and the rest of the whack ass Pelicans. And Rondo might bring his jawbone to the bench to watch because he hurt. And all y'all haters are gonna tune in to see if Lonzo lays an egg, and we'll talk to y'all after the game, see if that happens.
6:30 Staples Center tomorrow. Yo, again, thank you for joining us. West Coast Crossover. Check us out, westcoastcrossover.com. Find us on Facebook. Yo, join the group, get involved, get active. Let us know what you want us to talk about, man, and we definitely get that on the air and shout you out. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, download the podcast on any streaming music app that you normally listen to your music to on. We on there, man. Find us, download us, listen, and tell us what you think about the show.
Yes, and we're going to always shout you out, man. If y'all shout at us, we're going to shout back. So let me give a shout out to my nigga, John Collins, man. You had some great input for the show. You had some very encouraging words, man, and respect from the West Coast Crossover crew.
Much respect.
Richard Carroll.
Richard
Carroll. He's an avid Laker fan. He's a subscriber to our podcast, and he has some great insight about the Lakers. We was talking and chopping it up for a good minute, man, and I want to give you a shout out. Respect from the West Coast Crossover crew.
Spax.
Everybody that's shouting us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we got love for y'all, man. And all y'all haters that got something bad to say that was real quiet. Matter of fact, shout out Devin Reese. I ain't heard from you, nigga, since the second game. Shout out Devin Reese and whoever else said that Lonzo was whack. And we're going to talk to y'all after tomorrow's game.
All right, yo. We out.
We out.